Greg, get down on the ground. Drop and give me 20. 1, 2, 3. That's enough. That's enough, man. Three's enough. 3 is all you need. Right. I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's a war. There's a war and it's been going on for a while. So it's time to get your helmets on and go. I'm just joking around. How are we all doing? How are we doing? Hope we're all doing well. Hope we're all enjoying the sun. Oh, yeah. It's lovely. I like my helmet. I like my nice watermelon. Oh, it's a nice helmet. Yeah. I want to talk a little bit today about the war. The war that's been going on for a long time. And now, it's not time to fight in an aggressive way. This is not the war that's going to be won with bombs and guns, man. You know, this is a war of peace and love. This is a war that we're going to need to battle with this sort of green goodness. Let me give that a little stir. You see the greens are separating up from what I've got in here. What have we got in the smoothie today? We got a little bit of mint from the garden mint. We've got some garden dandelions. They're quite bitter, so we've offset that with the good old watermelon. Oh, the watermelon is beautiful just now. It's in the season. So get your watermelons now. Ital is vital. That's what they say. So, I can take my helmet off because it's it's dripping down my face. But oh, it's good stuff. What else we got in here? Dandelion. Oh yeah, but some spirulina, and that's why it's so green. And have you tried spirulina? Oh, that's good stuff. And some blueberries as well. So you might notice my throat's a bit. I've had a little bit of an upgrade recently. So I want to talk a little bit about that, a little bit about my upgrade. And I hope you're all having good upgrades as well. There's a few upgrades happening right now. Don't know if you've noticed, I don't know if you've been downloading them. But yeah, there's a lot going on just now in terms of like the astrology and just kind of the patterns of the way things are going, you know. So yeah, if you tap into that, if you do a bit of meditation, you know, just a simple bit of meditation, you'll be able to tap into these upgrades. So often when we get ill, let's talk about what's actually happening here, right? So try and stop messing around so much and give you some useful stuff. Oi! Try to record a video, man. Jeez, somebody's cutting their damn bushes. I'm only joking, it's all good. You can hear me okay, can't you? So, there is a war been going on, all right, for a while now. And it's kind of tactical what's going on. There's these tactics being applied strategically against us. And I don't want to get too negative here because that's not the point. That's not gonna help anybody. That's why I'm all about having fun. I just want to have fun, man. Chris just wants to have fun. So when something comes at you with fear, negativity and fear, I want you to just be real mindful of what it is. It's what is it that you're so afraid of, you know? So when something comes out in the news and says like, oh, watch out, this big scary thing's happening, right? Just sit with it for a minute and just, instead of getting on the high horse and getting all paranoid and anxious about it, just get yourself a nice green smoothie, you know? Get some good fruits in, get the cortisol back down. Everybody's running around with so much stress, man. And we need to stop being so stressed. It's a big problem. Stress is great when applied at the right intensity. You know, go for a run. You know, do some lifting. You know, work your mind hard. You know, solve problems and stuff. That's great. But stress, when it's it's emails and it's relationship issues and life problems and traffic and all this, that's not, you want to try and adjust your life and make changes in a way. You maybe don't want to, but what I invite you to try is try and make small changes to try and make your life more enjoyable and fun. Okay, that's what it's all about. So this is what I want to try and promote people to do, is to have more fun, because that is the first step. And just start laughing at things, just start realizing how much of this stuff in life is just not even serious. Like when we think something is a big serious problem, in the grand scheme of it, it's not. And don't get me wrong, I'm saying this now, and something could happen to me tomorrow, and I'd be, oh my God, what's going on? So I'm not sitting here on some kind of high horse saying that everything's perfect and everything's sunshine and rainbows. Certainly not. But what you've got to realise is, when things go wrong, there's always something good that comes out of it. If you focus on the positive aspect. So move away from the negativity, move away from the fear. If something comes in and it's interesting to you and it's fearful, sit with it for a minute. Think about, what is this information I'm being given here? What potential agendas could be at play? Is this going to impact my health in a negative way? This is what I want to get to. So we want to make healthy decisions, okay? So if you're feeling a bit stressed, for example, you might be called to do something to try and deal with that stress. You might be called to eat something that you can kind of enjoy. Oh, I'm really stressed, I might go and have a McDonald's. Maybe you're really stressed, you might go and have a coffee. I'm not bashing coffee here. I had a really nice coffee this morning. First coffee I've had since I had this cough coffee. But make sure you drink good quality coffee, when you do make these choices to have something that's maybe a little bit kind of like, oh, I don't know if that's the healthiest option. Try and choose the healthiest option for you. But instead, if you start trying stuff like this, drinking a big old green, especially when the sun is out, oh, it's just wonderful. I've been drinking loads of juices the last few days. Oh, and I just feel amazing. And so often when we get a cold or a flu or an illness or an injury, got a sore knee, oh my God, it's so easy to get drawn into the negative aspect of that, as though it's a bad thing. Do you know when you have a cold or a flu, right? If your immune system is healthy and strong enough to fight it off in a good way, your body then, your adaptive immune system actually kicks in and learns, oh yeah, okay, I know what this is now. So when it rolls around next year and this virus comes in again, you know how to deal with it. Your body's like, easy. That's why sometimes, you look around, and this can go into the whole germ theory versus terrain theory. I'm not going to go into that just now. It's a bit too complex for the purposes of this little fun video I'm making. My mum and dad went on a holiday, right? And spent 2 weeks together in a hotel, in the same room, doing the same things all the time. My dad got this really heavy cold. My mum was totally fine. Why is that? Terrain. My mum's terrain has adapted to whatever that pathogen was. I don't even like using the word pathogen, to be honest, or virus, because it's got this real sort of evil connotation to it. And when you say the words in these videos on YouTube as well, they end up flagging stuff up, don't they? So that'll be interesting to see what happens there, but I'm not really that bothered. So if we can look after our health and our immune systems, we might still get colds, we might still get sick, we might still get illnesses, but we're going to be so much more capable of fighting these things off, and our body kicking in. Do you know when you get a cough, this is not the virus or the pathogen doing this. This is my body doing this. My body is generating mucus and stuff's breaking down because it's there's a war going on the inside. And it's great. It's great. Maybe it doesn't feel that great, but that's perception. You have to change your perception, look at things from a different point of view. different point of view. Think about, you know, Johnny Cash, A Boy Named Sue. You heard that song? Oh, my daddy left home when I was 3. Didn't leave much to my ma and me, just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. And the meanest thing that my daddy ever did was before he went and run and hid, he went along and he named me Sue. And then he went down and he found his dad, and he was going to kill his dad because his dad called him Sue, and he had a hard life because he was getting bullied. But then his dad says, son, this world is tough, and if you're going to make it, your life's going to be rough. So I gave you that name before I had to go on my way. You see? And then Johnny was like, well, Sue was like, all right, I see, Dad. Okay, so he gave him that name because he knew it was going to be a hard life without Dad around, you know? And that's just changing perspective. It's like changing the perspective on, oh man, I've got a sore knee. Oh my God, it's like, great, awesome. I've got something going on here. There's a signal that something's going on here. There's a weakness perhaps, or maybe something's wrong with the technique when I'm running. I need to adapt and adjust this in order to become stronger. If I didn't have that signal, I wouldn't know that I'm doing something wrong, you know? So it's about changing perspectives a little bit, and this is what I want to try and tap into here with this. So there's a war going on, and we want to fight this war, you know? But we want to fight it in a way where, you know, we're not getting all negative, and we're not getting, you know, it's not going to help anything. I don't think, personally, this is just my opinion, I don't think it's going to help anybody by, you know, protesting about all the problems. I mean, there's a place for this, okay, but protesting about all the problems and moaning and complaining and whining and being all negative and So let's talk about a few problems, right? Let's talk about how we're going to solve them my way. This is not my way. Sounds very not my way, but this is how we're going to solve them in the way that I would like people to consider solving them. So it's an invitation to try this out. So instead of, you know, when problems come up, first of all, let's talk about that. When problems come up, I want you to try and think about the potential benefits from this problem. What could you benefit from? What's the positives of it? What solutions are there out there? And you know, put in the comments below if you want, like, what your problems are. And I'll see if I can do some problem solving for you and see if I can give you a positive, because I bet some of you are listening to this and you've got some seriously bad problems. Way worse than anything I've got going on, you know? And maybe thinking, nonsense, Chris. So anyway, let's have a little, that could be a fun little game, couldn't it? I do need to get better at responding to comments on YouTube videos. So yeah, you know, if I don't respond to your comment, hit me up on like Facebook or Instagram or something and say, Chris, what's going on, man? You haven't replied to my comment on YouTube. Because I'm going to try and start being a bit more YouTubey, because that's the way to go, I think, at the minute. For now until, yeah, we'll see what the future holds. But let me just have a little stir. Stir it up, man. And then we're going to talk about a couple of problems that I've heard people talking about, right? So, here's one. Right. We've got this whole, you know, climate change, overpopulation, you know, the world's going to end, all this sort of stuff going on right there. A lot of fear based around that, a lot of truth in that too. However, there are positive solutions to these problems if you look into it. There's a lot of studying on this. In fact, I've not actually done that much studying on it. There's probably people that could comment on this and totally like debunk what I'm about to say, but I don't really care about that, because when you know something's right in your heart and in your gut, you know, that's often more important than the facts, you know, facts. That's what it's all about, isn't it? It's about like going through life and collecting facts, and then what you're going to do with them. Tell people all about your facts that then turn out to not be facts later down the line. So just hear me out, see if this resonates with you, and if it resonates, give it a try. If it doesn't, do what you want. It's all cool. We're all free, you know. Freedom of the people. It's all good. Now, there's not enough food to feed this ever-growing population. Is there not? Is there not? How many of you watching this right now are eating your dandelions? How many of you are eating your dandelions, you know, eating your watermelons. And I grew this watermelon right here on my own head, you know. Well, okay, I didn't really. I bought it from the fruit market, all right? Okay, I bought this melon from the fruit market. Yeah, it was bloody brought across, probably on a plane. Maybe it was hopefully on a boat or something. I'm gonna hope it was on a boat. I think watermelons would come on a boat, wouldn't they? Because they're quite heavy, you know? So I reckon it came across on a boat. And that's pretty environmentally friendly. Bananas, man. Bananas are environmentally friendly. And yeah, it's the point I think is, you know, how many people have got their own veg plot in their gardens? Okay? I personally don't right now because I've not actually got my own garden at the minute. But that's another point. You know? Instead of shopping at places where potentially you're supporting a structure that is unsustainable. So most of the structures that we live in our society in the Western world are unsustainable structures. So the way that things work is they're geared towards profit for mass corporations, and they're geared towards supporting a system of workers in a very kind of industrial revolutionized kind of world. And that era is over, man. That era is so gone. So we just need to move forward a little bit now and start thinking about like all these wonderful places around, like fruit markets, farmers markets, sustainable shops, eco-friendly shops. Big shout out to all the places that I love. You know, if you're from Fife in Scotland, Pillars of Hercules. If you're from Wales, Cardiff, Bean Freaks. There's juice bars like Mother Nature, health food stores. You know, there's so many places that I could mention. Edinburgh, Real Foods, awesome place. Some good restaurants like Pulse, for example, are there. You know, all these places, and just get into these places that are doing things in a more natural way. And you may be thinking, oh well, it costs too much money. It doesn't. It doesn't actually cost more. A lot of this stuff you can do yourself. A lot of this stuff, if you shop around, you can get this stuff cheaper at farmers markets. So you maybe you go to a big supermarket and you buy your fruit and veg there, and the plastic wrapping, and it's all been, you know, probably covered in toxic pesticides and nasty stuff, so, and it's degraded because it's not as fresh, and it's been stored in some kind of weird place. All these issues with the stuff there, and you know, some people just it's for most people are probably thinking, oh, but it's not as convenient, you know. And that's the solution, you know. You don't win a war with convenience. You win a war by becoming stronger and healthier, and that's what it's all about. You know, you need to nourish yourself with the real stuff, with the real food. You can't nourish yourself with all this processed crap in the shops. You can't just, you know, I mean, follow the 80-20 rule. If you're a bit like, this is too much, you know, you don't want to go full on like 100% organic, healthy living and growing all your own produce and stuff. Try and do 80%, follow the Pareto principle. 80% of your stuff comes from, you know, healthy, organic farmers markets, places like that, growing your own stuff, finding out what's around you in nature, foraging for things, you know, getting back to nature and learning that, because it's so important to get outside for your health as well. Getting in that vitamin D, breathing in the biome, all this important stuff that we now know is so important for your health. And, you know, then 20% of the time, you know, you might have to go to the shop and get yourself your whatever you need there, you know, but it's just about making these small steps. And you'll notice, like, if you stop buying things at supermarkets, you know, my God, spending £3 on bloody almond milk, you know, you can just make your own oat milk at home for nothing, basically. You know, if you buy a big old bag of oats, you know, from the wholesale organic shops like Pillars of Hercules, for example, 25 grams of oats for like a tenner, it'll last you months and months. And you can make your oat milk out of that and stuff, you know, and make your, you know, healthy breakfasts. And yeah, it's and it's not about being perfect, it's about making the small steps. And that way you're going to become healthier and stronger. And that's the key. You know, to win this war, we're going to have to be stronger and healthier, because there is a war going on. And it's not a war necessarily that, like, is that obvious. sometimes. It's very sneaky. You know, there's a lot of espionage going on. A lot of sneaky stuff going on in the background. So it's not always that obvious, but what is obvious is sitting down, meditating, tuning into yourself and being like, what does my body want? You know, what do I need? Not what is it craving? You know, don't listen to cravings. Don't listen to, I try not to listen to too much. There's a lot of information out there just now. You don't know too much information. You just want to listen in. You've already got the answers within you. The answers are already there. Your body knows what it wants. So just tune into that. And yeah, you'll be thriving. And yeah, speaking about being strong and healthy, you know, this is really important. So make sure you get your exercise in. You know, we want to be doing like a minimum of, you know, a minimum of 2 to 3 hours of cardiovascular exercise per week. And as a minimum, you want to work every muscle in your body through resistance training, ideally 2 times per week, to a certain degree of stress, not like totally taxing them, but you know, you want to make sure everything's working in your body. You want to get the lungs breathing hard. You want to make sure you're getting to the long, slow endurance in, working on those different mitochondrial benefits and all this stuff, and you want to work on various different aspects of health and fitness. And you know, if you want help with that, there are resources out there. There's lots of resources you can tap into. You can join my free challenge. So if you look at I'll put it in the link in this video. I've got free challenges I run. I usually run them on quite a regular basis, and you can join that for a few days, a couple of weeks, whatever, and just, you know, tune into what's going on there, what I'm talking about. If you like this video, you'll like what I was talking about in there for sure. With whatever challenge I've got going on, it's completely free. What else can you do? You know, tap into, like, you know, natural, healthy. Look for stuff that's all about based on nature and health. That's the answer. Go back to nature. Nature always has the answers. Simple as that. So we're going to win this war. I guarantee it. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know, and I might actually start making more. People don't let me know what they like. I don't know what to do, man. I'm just like doing whatever I want, and that's cool. I like doing what I want, and it's fun. But I'm quite having a bit of fun right now. So if this is fun for you, it's fun for me. It's a bit longer than expected. Then let's do more of these. And yeah, wishing you lots of health and happiness. Yeah, let's go, man. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go to war. Bam, bam, bam. You don't even need a helmet, man. You don't even need a helmet in this war. You just need to get on it. Get on it. Get on it. Get on it. Oh, yeah. Ooh. 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 Oh, man. My helmet fell off. Ooh. Ah. Wow. Peace and love. Peace and love, guys.